Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Three Dudes Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Broden Wonderlick.
Hey.
Across from me is Easton Bennett, and in between us is Liam Owens.
Sounded like that one teacher that went into the classroom.
Hello,
Hello, everybody. Yeah, good to be back on the show, Broden. Thanks for the introduction.
Yeah, this is episode 41, and normally we start with comments, but first we have a little treat that Liam's going to read to us.
Liam, this is a treat. And I just tossed the card. He's like, oh, God, this is coming sooner than I thought.
You prefer a warning.
Usually a
gentleman would. We received a postcard from Christmas. Just got to us. As the snow was shitting through the night sky, a fucking light appeared in the distance. It was a miracle on 10th. Through the snow I go to taste my favorite cocktail, Santa's Little Helper. With my spirits little, I wish you a great Christmas and a beautiful New Year. To the Three Dudes Podcast.
I like that card because it doesn't have Easton hate mail on it like the last card we had.
So you're 1 for 2.
Yeah, so we're moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Starting to become one of the top 3 hosts of the show, I think.
So I believe that's from the pop-up bar in the mall that happened over the holiday season.
Miracle on 10th, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I never went. Did you guys go?
Nope. So, yeah, I don't know. That just got to us 5 months late.
That'll happen on them bigger jobs.
Yeah.
Just lost it between the seat and the wall there in the little mail van.
The black hole of the car.
Mail van?
The mail.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
That, I think.
Mail van.
Truck?
It's not a truck. Not a car.
I suppose it is like a blocked van.
It's a box van.
The mail automobile. I don't know.
The automobile.
The mail vehicle. Well, and then we have a couple comments. Nobody commented on our free merch episode, so I guess we'll have to try that again sometime when people want to comment.
I think Taryn's comment on there, I'm not sure if that was on that episode or not. I didn't double check, but he's already getting a free piece of merch that I'm going to send him tonight because we haven't got him that yet. But hey, now that the merch is live, I'm wearing the merch, guys. Look at this. Free advertising plug on the show. Merch is live. Go order it. Few of you have already done so. Sydney even posted a little bit of a shout out. So shout out Sydney.
Sydney bought out the whole storage.
He funded us.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny story about that is we put minimal amount into the Three Dudes bank account and we have to cover all the orders that come in. And Sydney almost about made us have to go back to the bank and have more money so we could cover that, the cost of goods sold.
But thank you for that, Sydney.
Yes,
it's a good problem to have.
We do appreciate it, Sydney. And that's why you're our number 1 fan.
Always.
This week. Listener of the week.
So, yeah,
Sydney
every
Nelson.
week probably.
Yeah.
First comment, we have one from Iranga, a.k.a. Taryn. He says his parents have a basketball hoop above their garage.
Wonder if Taryn, he's obviously a hockey guy, if he played basketball growing up.
I think all hockey players play basketball the same way. Like, just really barbaric. Yeah.
Just like, yeah. Like,
I just remember playing you and Barchi basketball, and it was like playing a couple of cavemen.
it's like we're in the Old West.
Drive into the net every time.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. It's just street ball. That's what we learned.
It's like prison ball. It's bad.
Yeah. We were getting prepped in case one of us made it to prison one
Felt
day.
like you were going against Terry Crews there for a minute.
Yeah, I did. Especially Barch. Barch throwing his body into me.
Yeah.
When we were younger, Barch was substantially bigger than me. I was a small kid.
I think he still is.
Yeah.
Not much has changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he could have put a hole in the concrete with my head at one point. But
That'll happen when you get a hockey player playing basketball because it's never pretty.
not
Not a lot of fundies there.
no gracefulness whatsoever.
No finesse. Yeah. No soft finger roll up to the net.
Dribbling's tough for us, even.
Yeah. It's just pedal to the metal with you guys.
Yeah, you just have to throw it through the cement.
So, and we have another comment from a guy.
Why are you staring at me?
From a guy whose name I really enjoy. This is a cool name. Gustav Voth.
My coworker.
Voth. Is it actually?
Yeah.
Nice.
No way.
You got our listener audience is our parents, Sydney, and Liam's coworkers, I think.
Yeah. I got Gus and Troy are pretty avid listeners. So shout out to Troy too, because he's looked at me on Friday and he goes, "Listen to your show. Don't get a shout out or nothing ever." Okay.
Here you go. There it is, Troy.
One.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah, no, I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm not gonna. I don't want Liam to fucking hear it.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
I ran into your mom at Menards.
My mom?
Yep, and your dad.
Oh boy.
And they said
they okay?
No, they were good.
Oh.
They just said stay away from the JC bombs. I don't know if we've been saying them, but let's just
We try
make sure we
to.
don't. Yeah.
We try to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Don.
Don, you wait till that religion episode comes flying around.
Yeah. There would be a lot of
Then
JC
we'll use
bombs.
it in context.
Yeah. Gustav, does he go by Gus?
Yeah.
Gus says
Not on the show, he doesn't.
No, I get
He's
to call it-
Gustav Does.
I hope he's listened to this
I'm sure he
because
is.
I think his
Do
name
you
is
think?
cool as
Do you
shit.
think they dropped an O? Like it's like when you're doing a password and you have too many characters, you gotta drop a letter. Like Gustavo.
No, well, there's an E at the end instead of an O.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Gustav.
Gustavo's a cool name too,
Yeah.
though.
What if it's Gustave?
It's not.
Gustave.
Pretty sure it's not.
Gustave. Are you 100% sure though?
I guess
Is
I
that a
can't be
Gus?
100%
You know
sure.
what? Let's get him on. Gus, come down here.
Yeah, you guys should start calling him Goose.
Come on down. What is that movie? The Ringer? The Stabby?
Oh,
Stabby?
stop.
Oh, yeah.
He got all his fingers chopped off.
I have a coworker that's got all his fingers chopped off in his left hand
How?
Mowing
How
accident.
does he keep working?
in a shear, like a shear for metal. It's like 10 feet long.
Doesn't have to carry a hammer around.
Doesn't have to carry
I
anything
mean, they're
around.
only chopped off like down to this knuckle. So he's got like 5 nubs or whatever, 4 nubs, and his thumb's fine. But
Would you like, if you had no fingers, would you implant some sort of metal to make it more like a mallet?
Is this trade specific for Broden? Is that what you're asking him?
Well, his coworker, that's trade specific for him. Because I think it's hard to do. And we're not knocking this guy for having no fingers, but it's hard to.
it's okay. No, we knock him all the time at work for it.
Oh,
But
what do you say? High five.
Hand me that.
He says scalpel.
all right. You broke me a little bit, but
Hey, could you reach into that jar and get the last couple M&Ms?
could you find your way to the bottom of the Pringles can?
Yeah, I
for
was just
me?
gonna say he'd be killer for the Pringles can.
Yeah. But Gus's comment, Gustav, he says, "Great job on the podcast, and this feels good for me." That's not part of his comment. I want to add some information on your debate as to whether or not babies float. As a matter of fact, they do. They do float, Easton. I regularly take my 8-month-old swimming, and he is, like most babies, a natural. Keep up the great work, guys.
As if Gustavo just knows all the babies. He's like most babies, like he studies them.
Well, I suppose when you advance into fatherhood, it's probably something you look into.
You think so? You think he's doing baby floating research once he's like, oh, my wife's pregnant. I
Well,
got to
yeah.
do this now.
They do
They
classes
could
for those
fucking drown.
infants where they
Oh, yeah, I
they
suppose.
just throw them in, and
That's where they teach
babies
you not to shake.
instinctively,
They float test them.
yeah, they instinctively turn on their back and float.
It's where they teach you not to shake them.
Yeah,
Are you not supposed to do that?
No,
no,
I don't think
Hmm.
so.
teach you to not leave them in your running car.
Well, if it's
You don't wanna
running,
do
it's
that.
fine.
No, like out you don't want to, even if it's running, you don't want to leave them out there.
Anthony Jeselnik
Why?
has a great joke.
Oh, I know.
He says, I saw a baby. There's a baby stuck in the back of a car. Threw a rock through the window. Tried to save that baby. Window was down.
I love him. The way he delivers is so
Yeah.
funny.
He's awesome.
And then we got a little bit of a vote. I believe we put out a post on several different platforms that said whose fault it was that we didn't have an episode last week.
Yeah, so there's no episode last week, and we wanted to throw out a poll, see who you guys thought whose fault it was and why. No one really gave a reasoning, but people threw some names in there.
Easton received 3 votes.
Just
And
bullshit.
Liam officially received 1, unofficially received 2.
And Broden received fucking zilch,
Yeah.
which is 70% his fault.
Yeah, it was at least 2/3 my fault. A little bit your fault.
Broden got
He
word
was
that
clean.
So we film on Sundays, if you guys didn't know already. And Broden got word late
Friday.
Saturday. No, I think it was late Saturday, wasn't it?
No, it was Friday because I told you when we were playing craps on Friday
I
night.
was trying to help you, but
It
all right.
doesn't
So
help either
yeah,
way.
so Broden got word late Friday that he had to work on Sunday, and I had to go to Bismarck Sunday night because I had a job in Belfield. For you non-North Dakota listeners right now, you're probably like, "What's going on?" I had to be in Bismarck, hour and a half away, and then we were gonna film Monday night, and I didn't get home till what, 8 or 9?
Later,
9:30?
I think. Yeah.
So we said, screw it. We didn't have one in the bank, but when this happens next time, we're gonna film 2 next week. So we're gonna be
We'll be all
gold,
right.
guys. Also, before Broden gets into this, sometimes we always spitball back and forth. What do we want to talk about this week? if you have any suggestions or recommendations of something you really want us to hear us riff on, feel free to share it with us, because not that we're running out of ideas, we talk about the most random shit every week, but it's fun to get the engagement of something you guys, because we don't really know if you want to hear it until we do it, and then we see, well, did they like it?
Yeah.
Right.
But if we know you want to hear, babies floating, we'll chat about it.
My dad, one week, he goes, why do you always talk about stuff that you don't know anything about on the podcast? All of our topics. I'm like, well, I don't know anything about everything. So we got to pick something.
Yeah.
So please, JC, figure it out and leave a comment. Help us.
Yeah, so tell your dad, it's like we would have a small list of like 7 things, and then our podcast would be over.
Yeah.
Broden's would be longer, but we'd still be lost. You'd be like guns and dogs. I'd be like cameras and hockey.
You name it.
Broden's like, well, let me pull out my portfolio.
Yeah.
A smorgasbord of
Some might
topics.
say. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a thesaurus in my back pocket.
An
Someone told-
untapped plethora of knowledge.
Somehow.
Untapped and plethora back-to-back words in a sentence is really good.
Untapped. Like it's some Latin term that the guy is bringing back a dead language. And all he said was untapped. Plethora, good job. But untapped?
Yeah. Well,
That's like hanging your kid's shitty drawing on the fridge right there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is.
I'll take it.
That's a tire.
I'll take it.
That's a tire pump
yeah,
for sure.
Please.
untapped.
Please. I need a
I
little
did.
tire pump.
I did pretend like it was some crazy word too.
I mean, you don't hear it too often.
Yeah.
Oh. It's
Unless
sort
you're
of an
talking about
untapped
something that hasn't been tapped yet. Then you would refer to that thing as untapped.
Yeah.
Good
Like
for
if I'm
you.
walking by a piece of furniture and I haven't yet hit it with my toe,
It's untapped.
The keg that you had.
we tapped it. But before we
Before
We
we
tapped
did,
it? What was it?
it was untapped.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's huge.
When I had Broden in a headlock last week, and he
Yeah.
just wanted to, his face started to turn purple.
And the untapper.
The untapped.
Yeah. I say sink it
Broden,
harder.
The untapped.
Sink it harder.
Yep.
I
I remember us getting into a fight one time in a hotel room, and I told you I wasn't going to tap, and you about
Yeah.
killed me.
That was like WWE in that hotel room. There's like 7 fights.
When was that?
It was
Baseball.
our senior year.
Was that? That wouldn't have been. Oh, it's your senior year. So
Yeah.
I was.
It was
You remember when Johnny almost murdered somebody?
Oh yeah. Who did he have in a headlock?
He had somebody in a headlock. Was it Kyler?
A deep headlock too. I
He
can't
had
remember.
somebody in a headlock. Yeah, and he was.
I don't remember
He
this.
saw red. I think like it took a few people to pull him off him.
That's when I knew Johnny was a murderer or potential.
I think everyone's got the.
He's
potential.
got
Yeah.
every box checked off in that list of
It's just execution.
Yeah.
He's got the skills for it.
every psychiatric trait known to man. He's got it.
All right, let's get into the show.
So, well, it's the Cold War,
It's the Cold War.
It's the Cold War.
not the hot war. It's not a hot one.
Why
We're
do they call
fighting.
it the Cold War?
I think.
Winter.
Is that in your notes?
Well,
It's in his
actually,
head.
it's the first thing that
It's in his
I have.
head.
I'm sure it is.
The Cold War was coined by George Orwell, who was a
Coined. I like that too. That's almost on the same playing field.
It's
Untapped.
Coined.
Yeah,
George
just-
Orwell was the first guy who's publicly stating it as the Cold War.
Is that the guy that made the popcorn?
That's Orwell Redenbacher.
It's his brother.
Yeah.
Close.
It's right there.
Anyway,
Orwell Redenbacher.
it's a reach. I'll give it to you.
Maybe he just went by a different alias because
That was his pen name.
the whole war thing. Yeah. Probably not a huge sell for Poppet Coin.
Oh, you got it. Was that a Big Les plug right there?
Popcorn?
Yeah.
He had so much untapped potential in the popcorn industry, but first he had to tackle the war.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
For what?
Making popcorn.
So the Cold War was an ongoing political rivalry between the U.S. and the Soviet Union and the respective allies that developed after World War II.
I always like the Soviet Union.
The
Like,
USSR.
I wish it was still the Soviet Union. Doesn't that sound so much cooler than Russia? I don't know if it's
more
is it the
menacing.
same?
Little
Is it
hammer
the
and
same?
sickle. Well,
The Soviet Union had all like the satellite countries. Russia's just Russia, but it was all the people that they kind of
So the satellite like Belarus and Ukraine
Exactly.
and
yeah, that was all part of the USSR or the Soviet Union. I'm not sure exactly what the USSR stands for, but
United something sovereign
United Soviet
Republic.
Sovereign. Yeah.
Republic reign. Yeah.
Nathan's on it.
Nathan, pull it up.
USSR.
Fuck.
He was not on it.
Tap in here, dude. You're untapped right now. We need you to tap into this episode.
What are you
Point.
trying to find out?
What does the USSR?
man.
What
This
does the
guy couldn't be
USSR
farther
stand for?
from the tap.
This guy forgot we were recording. What is the
The acronym stand
What
for.
does
We're gonna coin him as a
USS
slacker.
I would say so as well.
You got it.
There you go. It's US.
I'm looking here, and
He's like,
And what?
he's like, they wiped the internet from me. It's not on here. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
I like that.
You're welcome.
So socialist
Thanks.
and republic and union. We could have got those three.
We were close, I think.
What
And
was
Soviet.
it? Union
You
of
said republic.
Socialists.
Soviet Republic or
okay.
Soviet Socialist Republics. I
Yeah.
don't know. But it began after the surrender of Nazi Germany in 1945, when the uneasy alliance between the United States and Great Britain on the one hand and the Soviet Union and their allies started to fall apart. So, because at the end of World War II, they all three teamed up to beat Germany after Germany reinvaded Russia and turned on them.
And the
And
Germans.
then they just smushed them.
Yeah. Germany was not a great time back then, right? Like they
No,
were,
that was when it was really bad.
yeah, like they were not a great country.
What were they
People-
doing?
They're being a little racist.
Yeah, racy for sure.
Probably some of the most racist people have been.
They've been world class racist
Yeah.
at that time.
It's like, do you guys see that one post? It was an article where it's like levels of anti-Semitism at their highest ever level recorded in Germany. And some guy was like, "Are you sure about that?" Are you sure about
Yeah, I'd pin if I could pinpoint one time of history that it was probably up there.
peak racism?
Yeah.
It's got to be that one. Well,
What do you got?
You remember 03?
you slave labor has never ended.
No.
Because I was just listening to an episode of Rogan and Trussell, and they were talking about like all the mines that like go into like making all the phones and stuff like that. It's all done by, it's all slave labor. Kids making your phones and shit like that.
Yeah,
Nike
but they're not
sweatshops.
they're not killing them in concentration camps.
They're killing them in the mines. They're dying in the mines.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty bad still.
It's not good.
Yeah. It-
But we got it made right here, dude. We're doing all right.
But these phones?
Not good. What it took to make them?
the sweatshops.
I'm going to start thinking about that when I pull it out of my pocket every time now.
I don't.
You should be more aware.
I am. I just
Great.
brought that
We're
knowledge
aware.
to you. I just brought you some tap knowledge.
Now what are we doing? Now that we're aware, what are we doing about it?
Nothing.
Exactly. That's what,
Nothing.
when people are like, I'm bringing awareness to this. Then what are you going to do?
Then
Love when you bring awareness to things.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm aware now.
now I know.
Now that I know
Now what?
cancer's out there,
Cool.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the
It
statement.
stops there. Yeah.
Well, that was our goal.
Yeah.
We wanted to bring awareness.
What am I going to do?
Probably.
Know about it?
Yeah. That's it. That's all we do is know about it.
Mm-hmm. Great.
That's really true because, yeah, you can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Just cheer people on.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's the same as like autism awareness. What are we doing
You
here?
just want more people to know that people have it.
I know people have it. I
Mhm.
see them have it.
So we need to make sure everyone knows.
But where do we
I
go
don't
from
know.
there?
Then what? You can't.
Everybody
You
knows.
can't stop it.
No, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you could jumpstart it.
Oh, you just
What?
want it to kick in sooner.
Yeah. No. No, I didn't agree to that. Yeah, I don't know. That is very something you can't cure. I get bringing awareness to things you can cure. Like if I had something that you could cure, but I didn't know, or the people around me didn't know,
Yeah.
and you came in and you're like, "Hey guys, I'd just like you all to know that you can do this and it's done."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "That's really
Right.
cool. I appreciate you sharing that."
Yeah.
But if I get cancer and you come in and you'd be like, I know that you got that and that other people can.
Yeah. I'm really aware.
Yeah.
It's like you walk
And then you just leave.
It's like if I walked into the bar with you, if you had cancer and I stood on top of the bar and I said, I just want everyone in here to know my friend Easton has cancer. And then everyone would just continue drinking their beer.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
It's like, here.
Yeah, they might toast one to you.
Yeah.
Say good luck.
Yeah, maybe the awareness brings gifts.
Gifts.
Good. Depends.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, you can do GoFundMes.
You got cancer, but at least you got a free round of drinks bought.
It's
for
true.
you.
Maybe more. All right, back to the Cold War.
The Soviet Union erected the Iron Curtain, which was a military and ideological border meant to divide Europe into two separate areas, which also was the Berlin Wall was part of that.
That's what I was wondering. That sounds very similar to the Wall of Berlin.
The Berlin Wall?
Yeah. The Iron Curtain.
The Iron Curtain was people, though.
It was?
It wasn't an actual curtain.
No, it was the border of the...
Yeah, but it was a military border, wasn't it, of like guards?
And not like physically people there. It was just the
Iron.
borders of the Soviet Union after World War II and all their countries that they took in, and then the rest of Europe, because it went from like straight up like capitalist republics to like, or democracies to like the Soviet Union, which
So
was
they
like
all
a
just
dictatorship.
they all just got in a room, and then the Soviet guy just like drew a line with the Sharpie and said, this is the Iron Curtain."
Mm-hmm. Something like that. And then, well, of course, they had like troops and stuff there, but like not everywhere, you know. There's probably points and bases along the borders.
Imagine how hard it would be to open an actual Iron Curtain.
Hard.
Like
Iron's not light.
If I had Iron Curtains in my house.
Be kind of a flex, though.
Yeah.
Would you have them come down or like drapes, push them to the side?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do like drapes and you pull them, because that's how I visualize that, like a 200-mile like
giant curtain.
like a theater curtain, but
Oh.
like really, really big and iron.
That's exactly how I visualize it.
Big and iron.
Yeah. Imagine the theater curtains were iron.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the decibel level of them trying to open up at the start of a movie?
You need like car engines to get them to open.
Yeah.
Some sort of engine.
Mm-hmm. So the Americans and the British worried that the Soviet domination in Eastern Europe might be permanent, and the Cold War was solidified by 1947, when the U.S. aid had brought certain Western countries under American influence, and the Soviets had established openly communist regimes.
What were we mad about? What were we fighting over?
Most of it was like nuclear warheads.
It was just like a big dick match, wasn't it? It's like, I'll get you, and then they're like,
Yeah.
I'll get you more, right? Because nothing
Yeah.
ever happened.
Not really. Well, a few things did happen. We'll get to them later in the notes,
Oh.
but
I just like to think of it as almost like an Xbox Live party chat.
where you guys were just screaming at each other, calling
Yeah.
each other names, and
Yeah.
that's about what it was. But there's a few things that did happen
Because it was just like
of it.
threatening back and forth, a lot
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, bad communication.
You know what that's called? Brinkmanship.
Brinkmanship.
That's when you're pushing each other to the brink of war.
Good for you.
That
Yep.
is.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Vocab guy.
Yeah, man's just was studying the week off. He's like, I'm going to pull out this dictionary and I'm going to find a couple.
He does words.
Find a couple in here.
Good for you.
That's why he freaking tricked us into doing the Cold War. He's like, I think I can. I just nudge him.
in there. Yeah.
I nudge him into the Cold War. I
Hey, how
think they'll
about,
agree.
we'll talk about the Cold War.
Yeah, he gives 4 shitty suggestions. The 5th one, Cold War.
Yeah,
It's like when you get a bunch. It's like a group of chicks, and like 4 of them are really ugly, and then the 5th one is like semi decent looking, but she looks really hot next to the other 4.
Exactly.
That was like your
That's some brinkmanship right there.
Yeah.
That's pushing a guy to the brink.
yeah.
You got to push through some iron curtains to get to that semi-attractive girl.
Oh God.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I've
So-
never done it.
Speaking from experience, Liam, it sounds like.
Nope, not me. No, not me. Yeah,
I was gonna get your.
I'm petrified of women.
He calls it the silk curtain. It's not iron to him. So
Silk curtain.
the Soviets controlled almost all of Eastern Europe, and Germany had split into 2 countries, basically. Whatever was on the west side of the wall was controlled by America and was free, and then the Soviets had control of the east side.
In Germany.
Yep, and like straight down the middle of Berlin, like physically there.
So the USA had a stake in Germany, huh?
Yeah, after the war ended and Hitler
Yeah.
killed himself,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
I was gonna say, you just throw that in air quotes.
Yeah,
What do you know?
You-
You know
Who
something?
have
I think it's what we don't know.
What are your sources?
Um,
You You think
Well,
there's
it all
something-
started when I figured out that the Earth was flat and the moon was fake.
Ooh.
There you go.
So the Cold War peaked between 48 and 53, so 5 years.
Oh, I thought it was later than that. I thought it was like
Well,
in
that's-
the 80s.
That's when it got like to its
That was Woodstock.
height. It went on for 40 years.
That's 69 and 99.
Easily confused.
Yeah.
What?
What was the fun stuff happening during the Cold War is what I want to know.
I'm getting to it.
Were there some
Nice.
good times in the Cold War over there?
Where?
Didn't they? You know, like over there, like in the bad stuff, like in the thick of all the bad stuff, there could have been, you know, like
What was the silver lining?
yeah.
Um,
Did they like
people decided that nukes were bad, so they don't want to use nukes no more.
Okay. Well,
Positive.
Japan probably decided that a couple seconds after
They
got
might have been
hit.
quick?
Guys, no more.
They might have
dudes.
been seconds before when they said this could be bad.
Yeah.
It comes whistling out of the air at hundreds of miles an hour. Doesn't not a good look.
Yeah. They also had a meeting like the Soviets did, and they said they're doing their drawings on the map, but we need to let's not do that anymore.
Yeah.
That
They pulled up the big whiteboard and they just we're so fucked.
no nukes.
Yeah.
Underlined. He's like, here's what we're gonna talk about today. I was gonna do a European map, guess all the countries.
There's no way you could get
That's tough.
40%.
I couldn't get 15%. I was seeing countries I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's
Weren't we
crazy.
gonna do this? Didn't we spitball this idea one time?
I
That
think
all
so.
three of us were gonna.
We're gonna do the 50 states, I think.
Yeah.
I did that. I'm not gonna share my answers on the show.
When'd you do that?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh,
I won.
But then
Thanks
I
to the
did
invite.
that. Well, you weren't here. I did that. Me and Tyler did it.
It's a
I did that, and then I was like, let's do Europe, and then it threw a country at me I've never even heard of.
Did he do Europe?
No,
Like
Oh, I was gonna
Uzbekistan or something like that.
no, it was it was a little tiny one. It wasn't Lithuania, but Lithuania gave me troubles too.
Is it
Do you know where Lithuania is at?
Liechtenstein?
Somewhere down in the middle edge.
Leaves it so broad, somewhere down in the middle edge.
Yeah, it's gotta.
Yeah,
No, I don't
guess.
fucking know where Lithuania is.
Exactly, me neither. And that's where I got like Lithuania, and there was a couple other small ones. I'm like, I'm just gonna close out of this tab.
Link it
There's
to me. Send it
So
to
many
us.
crazy
Oh.
like little countries that are like the size of like cities in the United
And then
States.
I was second guessing myself. I'm starting to get the bigger ones that should be layups. I'm missing those. France, can't get that.
You couldn't
Germany?
get France?
Not after I'm getting thrown these little ones. I'm second guessing everything.
Who knows
Norway,
what the
I'm
truth
like,
is.
I think it's up here
It's up
in
I
the
bet
middle
farther
edge
up.
area.
It's up in the northern edge.
I bet I
area.
could get a solid 33%.
That'd be good. If I got 15, 20. Which just goes to show you Americans just must be stupid. Because I guarantee, you think Europeans could get the States pretty well?
I think
No.
I think a lot of them could probably do better at the US than we would do at Europe.
Well, there's only 50 states here. There's like 200 countries over there.
In Europe?
In Europe, I don't think
No.
so. How many
100.
countries are in Europe, Nathan?
Nathan, how many countries are in Europe? And real quick, while you're looking at that, is that a metal watch band?
It's a watch, yeah.
How do you like it?
I just got it actually last week, and I really like it. The only thing I wish is it came off like a real watch, whereas this one it's like a little clip.
About 50 countries.
Is that it?
Oh man.
Fuck, was I off?
So
50-50, yeah.
that makes us even more dumb.
So it's a horse apiece.
Yeah.
Some place has 106. The number 106 is really
Bones in your body.
no. That's 200.
206.
Bones in your body minus
Must
two.
be like Asia.
No, that's beautiful
Nathan,
women.
Google 106. Tell me what comes up. Just to keep him busy over there. what else you got?
Wikipedia page
Wikipedia.
on the number.
On the number 106.
Yes.
That's
Says
got to be
100
the shortest.
106,
Wikipedia
and then in parentheses it says number.
page. Number. Yeah. Thanks.
Right. This show's going down the shitter. All right.
So between 48
Hey, you can turn your mic off for a second.
Well, you guys actually want to hear this though?
What? Of the Wikipedia page?
Yeah.
No.
If it's good.
Is it good?
He puts his mic down.
Is it good?
It's probably not
Don't
good.
flip me
He
off.
didn't fight for it, so it's not good.
It must not be. It's not true love.
Patreon episode.
Oh man.
We could.
We
start
could have
doing
so
that.
many of those.
Yeah.
We should start doing that.
You guys want to pay to listen to us?
$5.
I probably wouldn't, but if you want to, just let us know. We'll start something. Get some bonus shit.
$5 and we'll drop all the JC bombs you can count.
Oh man. Sorry, mom.
Just kidding, Don.
So between 48 and 53, In 49, the Russians tested their first atomic warhead, and the USSR backed North Korea, which they invaded South Korea, who was supported by the United States. So that's when shit was getting hit in the fan.
Yeah. So North Korea was a partner with the Soviets at one point.
Yeah, they're both communists at the time.
Yeah.
North Korea's still communist.
I thought this was a fight to get to the moon.
The space race is a big part of it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give me the freaking smell the fart face. But then you find out it's true and you're like, yeah,
Of course it is.
Totally right.
You know what? My entire life is a coin flip of either being right or wrong about something, and I'm just teetering on the edge.
You gotta go in with confidence, dude.
Every time. I do. That's why I
That
that's
wasn't
what I
too
did.
confident.
Liam walks
I
around with
looked
a
at
quarter in his pocket. And he's
I
like,
looked right at him like he was a fool for saying that, and then I'm the one with pie on my face. Come to
Yeah.
find out. Yeah.
who's got dump in their pants?
So, and then after that happened, all that shit with North Korea and South Korea and the nukes, Joseph Stalin died in
Who was
1953.
A bigger killer than Hitler.
Yeah, actually. I think
And we
20
just-
million people is
And
what,
we just sweep that under the rug.
in the name of communism.
As they do.
The Son, what is it?
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The Father, the Son, and the communism.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Nathan's
Uh-oh.
got something we
Oh,
can
sorry,
hear.
I,
Yeah.
I don't know much about the other guy, but like
Who's
he
the
said
Stalin?
it was like, yeah, I can't remember much
Yeah.
from history, but he said like 20 million people.
Yeah.
Was it like geared to like one group of people or
Russians, like people
just
in his
pure
own
Russians?
country.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't think he cared really. Where Hitler was like, I really care if they're Jewish or not.
yeah.
So most
Like
of
he was
the-
like more specific on the people. So like, whoa, it's cool to kill people, but like if you're just gonna kill like these types of people, like,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
You can't.
Right.
You got to kill everybody, man.
Yeah.
You can't just kill
Diversify.
Jews.
That's fine. Not the Jew part. No, I mean like if you're gonna kill people, kill everybody.
Yeah. Don't pigeonhole.
Yeah. Why just the Jews?
I get it.
Oh man, I almost let out a. I almost.
Save it for the Patreon episode. Yeah.
That would have been.
Was it a JC bomb?
No, worse probably.
Worse. Oh boy, there's nothing much worse than a JC.
Yeah, if you ask my mom.
JC Pennies.
I get my hair cut there.
Nice.
Let's talk about the Cold War.
In 1962, Soviets brought warheads to Cuba, which about started World War III due to the missiles being so close to US soil.
Cuban Missile
Castro.
Crisis,
Yeah,
yeah.
we talked about that, didn't we?
You know,
Did we?
Yeah, Cuban Missile Crisis. I can't remember what it
What
was
episode
on.
was
Isn't that a
might have been in the 1960s episode.
Did we do a 1960s episode?
Yeah, we did. Because remember we talked about Woodstock. And
Yeah, maybe we should do another
Space.
decades episode.
That'd be fun.
I'd be
would
down
be.
for that.
You guys want to hear a decades episode?
What decade would we do? 1920s. I want to talk
Gotta
about the
be-
Great Depression.
Ooh, is it Roaring
Did we already
Twenties?
do the 70s?
We did
No,
the
we've
60s.
only done the 60s. That's the only one we've done.
We could do the 80s. I like the 80s or the 70s.
What about
but
the
the
80s?
20s would be sick too.
I want to go way back there. I want to go talk about like
Let's talk about 1410.
the 1410s.
Yeah.
The episode.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
A few people got the Black Plague, and that was it. So the failed Bay of Pigs invasion. You guys know what the Bay of Pigs was?
Yep.
Nope.
We talked about that on the episode too. I
Yeah.
think the Bay of Pigs
I wasn't here for that one.
for that episode. It was a 2-person episode.
Missed it.
Yeah.
So basically, the United States was gonna kill Castro, and they were gonna invade and basically just assassinate the guy, and it all got messed up because of a change in time zones.
Did you not remember all the different ways they tried to kill Castro? They had all these different assassination plots.
I
They
briefly
were gonna
remember
they were
now.
gonna put
It
shit in
sounds
his
familiar.
drink. They were gonna have him use a pen, I think,
Mm-hmm.
to poison him. Yeah.
There was like 150 different ways.
Yeah. They were hiring like criminals to try to come up with plans to kill this guy. I don't know why they just shoot him. Oh, I think they wanted it to be an accident.
So they wouldn't
Accident,
get blamed for it, because then if it would have been found out that the U.S. killed him,
Yeah.
then World War III for sure would have started.
Yeah, and he was an ugly
Yeah.
motherfucker. Have you seen pictures of him?
Castro?
Yeah, he looks like Bin Laden's friend.
Yeah.
I think. Didn't he have a big beard? If I'm thinking
Big
of the right
beard,
guy.
like long curly hair, kind of.
Yeah.
Gross.
Big nose.
Yeah.
So part of that stuff was Richard Nixon, the president at the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this until I read, and I thought this was crazy. Is Richard Nixon actually had like himself act crazy on like TV and shit, and like in interviews, and it was called the Madman Theory, and it was part of his foreign policy to intimidate other leaders of the communist nation by portraying Nixon as a crazy dude who was capable of anything.
So he would act crazy on TV just so when other countries would watch it, like, this guy's a
Basically,
fucking lunatic.
Like, so they would be like, "Oh yeah, he'd for sure drop a nuke on us. This guy's nuts."
Smart.
Part
Smart.
of his, yeah,
That is smart.
Playing
his foreign
chess.
policy. That's stupid, but unreal smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Then he got impeached.
he resigned.
Yeah. Tomato,
Only guy.
tomato.
Yeah, it's all the same. What is it? Same shit, different toilet. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I say a different saying, but
What do you say?
I'm not saying it on the show.
Make sure you tell me after.
I will.
Okay.
Well, you could say there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Oh, okay.
So there's 2 other sayings I say.
I know you say the cat one.
You know the goat one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The goat one.
You're sick.
So in October 30th, 1961, the Soviet Union detonated the Tsar Bomba, which translates to King of Bombs, over Novaya Zemlya, an archipelago in the Arctic Ocean. It was the largest nuclear weapon ever discharged, and it produced the most substantial human-made explosion ever recorded.
Tsar Bomba. It's a cool nickname for someone that would like shit a lot.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe some Russian dude in the in the MLB that hits nukes.
Yeah. Oh, the Tsar Bomba. I'd call him the Enola Gay.
The Enola Gay. What the hell is that from?
Is that from Rocky?
It's the plane that dropped all the bombs on
Yeah.
Japan.
I knew that sounded
man.
familiar. The Enola Gay.
What if he hits a home run off Shohei Ohtani?
The Enola Gay?
Yeah, the guy that you nicknamed that.
Oh no.
That'd be bad.
It would just be history repeating itself.
Yeah, that's what they say it does, though. Repeats itself.
All the time. So the National Aeronautics and Space Administration was signed into law in
You could have
1958.
just said NASA.
I could have,
All right.
but I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually the National Aeronautics and Space Act that made NASA a thing.
Oh, okay.
And that was in 1958, and it was the driving force was the Soviet launch of Sputnik in 1957.
Yeah. We talked about that in the space episode. That was the first
Man-made thing out in space. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then during...
shooting flies and shit up there. The U.S. was.
Oh, yeah, wasn't fruit flies?
That's just insane.
Liam and I shoot fruit flies.
With a salt gun?
We have, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're
sweet.
fruit flies, only if they're around a bowl of fruit.
They're smaller.
Real small.
Yeah.
Mm.
Regular
Reg-
flies,
What do regular flies do, really, for us?
Just be annoying.
they don't do anything for
Spread
us.
disease.
They just help the food chain.
Dragonflies kill them.
Who's eating them?
Spiders.
Yeah.
Spiders eat flies?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever gets caught in the web.
Yeah.
I
They'll eat a
suppose, yeah,
rat.
they just, yeah. I suppose you kind of just chew on them a little bit. I was thinking it'd be like a one bite. Everybody knows the rules type.
No, just spiders.
That's so weird, though. Like, can you
Spiders don't
imagine?
like chew their food, dude. They like liquefy their insides with like, after they kill them and wrap them up in that, they like decompose inside, and then the spiders like eat the liquefied shit.
How do they get it out?
Tear it open.
Yeah.
Pause. Explain this to me like I'm
Straw.
5.
Okay.
Flying
guy goes into sticky stuff.
Scary spider.
Scary
fly-
spider catches Buzzy guy.
Fly flies into the web, gets
Yep.
stuck.
Gets stuck. Spider wraps him up.
Wraps it up.
Yeah,
The
from his
well, I
ass.
suppose I can't say the chemical decomposition of the fly. If you're 5 years old,
Yeah,
web
just
bad
I'm
for fly.
okay. Explain to me like I'm 15 then to
Okay.
make this easier for you.
All right. The fly inside the cocoon that the
Yeah,
spider wraps it up in decomposes the fly into a liquefied state, so the spider can come back.
so he just
and
turn him into a freaking
Mummy.
Jamba Juice,
Yep.
and then come back and just
Kind of like drinking.
like a
Yeah.
straw.
pretty much.
Oh, so he's not like biting his leg off like a burger.
He might
and
bite
then
it.
biting his hip.
If it's a venomous spider, he'll bite him to paralyze him, you know?
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense because I'm thinking, how can a spider smaller than a fly eat that fly? Because you would have to bite, like if I was to eat a pizza the size of this,
God, that
have to,
sounds
it'd be
good.
one bite at a time,
Yeah.
It's like a fly would have to go one bite at, or a spider would have to go one bite at a time on a fly.
Yeah. I don't think they
Did
eat
yeah.
like everything, you know?
Are flies, did they try to avoid the webs, I wonder?
Sometimes I don't think they know they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
Because
I don't
They
either.
go into them.
Well, that's why
You-
spiders always not always, but typically it would make sense that spiders, you'd always see cobwebs and spiders' webs around like lights
Yeah.
because
Flies like
they're
lights.
attracted to it.
Yeah.
Moths and shit like that.
Sometimes I walk through doorways. I don't even see them.
Exactly.
Don't you hate when like one of them gets stuck on your face when you're outside and you just can't get it off? Like one of the
out
webs.
of nowhere. It's
And
just flying through the
my
air.
cheek starts to like liquefy.
Yeah, and the spiders
Pretty soon
eating
it's
you.
eating you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of venom, do you guys know how to tell if a snake is venomous or not?
When it bites you.
No.
I was like, really? That's not good to hear.
We could have sold him, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, I find out when I'm on my deathbed. Yeah, that one was venomous.
That was a bad one. Yeah, that one got me. I've been getting bit by snakes for years. Now that was the one. No, it's
Wait, did you say spider or snakes?
snakes?
Oh, I thought you said, did he?
He said snakes.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. I think you're pretty smart.
I don't
guy.
like
You're intelligent.
snakes.
Really.
But anyways, yeah, continue. I
So-
fucking hate snakes.
Their eyes, if they're circular, then they're not venomous. But if they're
Diagonal,
got the,
like
they got
the
the
diamond.
slit, yeah, the diamond little, then they're venomous.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And you're sure about that?
As far as this podcast goes, 100%.
No fluff here. No fluff.
He's like,
Never
as
told a
far
lie.
as the amount of snakes that have bitten me that have had slit eyes.
Yep.
Are you sure they're not Chinese snakes?
Oh man.
No, because I can't. Oh man, there could be a little language barrier there. Yeah, maybe they are Chinese. Because
You
I
know-
say, don't do that, and then
And they say,
Usually-
ni hao.
I don't know what. Yeah,
That's
Well, because-
Japanese.
how?
What does ni hao mean?
I think it means hi.
Konnichiwa.
That's
Ni hao.
Japanese.
That's Japanese. Konnichiwa is Japanese.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead, Nathan. You got some more Chinese words for us?
No, not the Chinese words, but I looked up the
Japanese
venomous snake thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of the ways to like narrow it down drastically. But like there's a bunch of like combinations of snakes. So like there's like a list of like,
Inbreds.
So there's exceptions to the rules. What
there's
you mean?
a lot. Like
Okay.
there's head
Suppose
shape,
now.
the rattles, eyes, and then like the scales on the belly pattern.
How do snakes reproduce?
Eggs.
Eggs? Like a chicken? So they just lay on them?
No, I
Suppose
think,
they curl over them and they look like a croissant.
I think snakes kind of just lay their eggs and kind of don't mess with them after that.
No, I think they
You would have to
stay
incubate
around them, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they might
You would
bury
imagine
them
they'd have
like
to be
a
incubated.
like a sea turtle lays its eggs in the beach and then buries them and then takes off. Never sees their kids.
Yeah, I knew that.
You didn't know that?
No,
You've
I
never
just said I
seen.
knew
You've
that.
never seen like a beach full of baby turtles hatching.
Yeah, once a week.
Oh fuck! You only got to do it once to see it. You fucking A.
No, I've never seen a beach full of sea
I don't mean in
turtles.
person.
I've never
You've
seen
never
it.
watched Planet Earth?
No,
Oh my god!
was
Incredible show.
I've never seen it like out in person either.
Apparently,
God, I don't know. I gotta go on a different side of YouTube, I guess.
The amount of disgust in your face when you said that.
come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
good.
it's like one of the greatest like natural phenomena you've ever seen.
I've never seen.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't it also like a super bad thing? Because that's why there's a turtle shortage.
Oh man,
Is there a
Lots of
turtle
straws.
shortage?
Yeah, I
That's
think
the
they're
straws, dummy.
they're going
This
extinct.
is all
No,
news to
but it's
me.
also because
Are you bringing awareness to turtle shortages right now?
yeah, I am.
What are we gonna do?
I'm aware.
And now I'm aware.
But no, like when they lay their eggs in the sand, the parents like abandon them. So as soon as they hatch, like they have to get it like into the water, and like there's a bunch of like birds and stuff that'll come pick them up, and
Oh, they fuck
because
them up. Yeah.
they're not protected by their parents after birth.
I'd say they're
what's a
be-
parent turtle gonna do when there's 100 times?
Use their
next to it?
fucking big ass shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking scrapes along the ground. How?
If the birds see a bunch of little ones, they're gonna go for the little ones.
If
They're
I'm
like, if they see the mama there, they're like, oh no, I ain't fucking with that turtle. Yeah.
If I'm a bird with a beak and I'm diving down to and grab one,
yeah.
and I hit my beak on a shell,
It's gonna hurt.
I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. But how many turtles, baby turtles, can the parent protect
7.
when they
Like
lay?
none.
When they lay,
Do baby
hundreds
turtles have
of eggs.
shells?
So soft.
It's probably like a baby's head.
Oh,
It's really soft.
it'd be cool if they had like find their own.
Look up Look up
It
what's
comes
the
with,
biggest
like-
cause of like the death.
Not
Batteries-
sold
batteries
separately.
included.
When they get in the water,
Batteries included.
then they start getting fucked up.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure like small fish.
Tadpoles.
Right.
It's bigger than that.
Well, I think I read so like out of like if a turtle lays 100 eggs, like 5 of them will survive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculously
Like something like
low.
after they hit the water,
Their
done.
chances go way up. No, it's from the nest to the water that getting picked off on the beach is where they die the
Is
most.
it from the
Do
bird?
your
Yeah.
nest closer to the water.
They can't.
They have to make sure that
The water
tides-
doesn't hit them. Yeah,
yeah.
the tide will rise up and it'll drastically decrease.
What are these
the
nests look
temperature.
like? They're digging holes and burying
yeah,
them?
just like
Yeah.
a little crater with eggs in it, and then they cover them back up.
How do they get out? They
Right,
have
they
little
hatch
mini
and then
shovels.
No,
on each of their arms?
pickaxe actually.
And coal mining
Little
helmets.
Kubotas.
with the lantern on the front. Yeah.
Little
A
Kubotas.
hammer and sickle. They're Soviet turtles.
Yeah. Someone's walking the beach and just finds a bunch of tiny little helmets. Like, oh, we just missed the hatch. It's just right there.
Oh man. Anyways, back to what we were talking about.
I'm still, yeah.
During
Fucking
the
Isn't
bad
that
parents,
just
though.
remarkable that we're going from the Cold War to baby
Turtles.
turtles hatching in the
I got
same
a-
episode?
I got a
love that.
percentage.
Keep it to yourself. We're done with that. What are we talking? I'm kidding.
90% of hatchlings are eaten by predators.
Fuck.
90%.
I was close. I said
Yeah.
5%.
Yeah.
Nearly 5%.
Close to what?
Yeah.
He
I
said,
said 5% survive.
Oh, okay.
So it's 10%.
Yeah, that's pretty
survive.
close.
Yeah.
I would
By what?
5%.
Is it from the birds? No, like what are they dying from?
It just says 90% of hatchlings are eaten by predators.
suffocation.
Nah.
No breathing.
They ain't breathing enough. They're suffocating.
Lizards, dingoes, and induced foxes.
Huh? Induced foxes. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
It's like when they're
That's like the
pregnant.
nest, though. Like
Oh,
when
they
they're still
dig 'em up.
eggs.
Oh,
And then
Foxes
they,
eat them?
I think so.
Really?
I didn't think foxes went to the beach.
I didn't think they ate eggs.
Yeah. Well, they're scavenger, like predators. You know, like
So they're eating the eggs, or they're eating the turtles after they're out of the eggs?
I think they're doing both.
Well, if they could do both, they probably would.
So they're digging them. They're searching for
Yeah.
them.
Like, well, they
You
could
don't have to
probably
search
smell.
hard.
You could probably smell an egg. Those foxes could. They got snouts on them and stuff, like a
Oh.
dog.
God. How do animals smell so much better than us?
Because
have
they
a
have
much larger.
Because if
nose.
I was on the beach, I couldn't smell them. I'd maybe step on them. I'd walk right over them.
If you grew up in the wild and all you smelled was the wild your entire life, and then all of a sudden you got a whiff of Axe body spray, you would lose your fucking mind.
It's probably true. Is that what it would be like?
It
I
would
would
be a
think there's-
difference.
I think there's a handsome man around me somewhere.
Riding a horse backwards.
Yeah.
That's Old Spice.
Yeah.
Good grief. Do you guys want to get back to the Cold War?
Let's talk
time?
about the Cold War.
Yeah.
Let's hear some people die. Let's talk about that.
Well, first we're talking about space. You guys told me you wanted to hear about space, so
Go ahead. Yeah.
We didn't tell you that.
The National
well,
Aeronautical.
that's today's episode
Broden.
for the Cold
Come
War.
on, man. Do you have any
no.
hot chocolate upstairs?
I do, actually, I think.
I would hammer some hot chocolate.
You can have some after the show.
During the Apollo 11 mission, U.S. astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin remembered their fallen Soviet cosmonauts. They left two medals on the moon. One honored Vladimir Komarov and the other Yuri Gagarin,
Yuri Gagarin's
first dude in space.
Yeah.
Respect.
They left medals up there?
Yeah.
Just like Olympic ones?
That's that is like the honoring, like that's the synonym for bringing awareness to something. Great,
Yeah.
you left a medal on the moon for the guy. Now what?
Yeah. Well, what did they put them on? Did they bring up like
Just the surface of the moon.
busts of their heads?
They should have. That would even be cool.
Lined up. It's like the moon Mount Rushmore, but it's like this big.
They just
Wax
have a
heads.
drive-in theater playing with the documentary of those two guys on the moon.
Full wax figurines.
Yeah. Jumping.
That's Yuri.
Yeah. He's reaching out to grab the medal they left him.
That'd be cool.
And then what?
I'd do an exhibit on space. Like on Mars. No, on the moon. That's what I tried to get there.
Like go through a museum about the moon. Is that what
no,
you mean?
like if I somehow was granted, they're like, Easton, you get to put an exhibit on the moon.
Oh.
I would like to do that.
Oh,
What would you do? What would the exhibit be?
Your own museum.
Museum. That's good. What would it be? Probably things from Earth.
Oh, that narrows it down. Whoa. That's only everything.
I would put a skyscraper on the moon.
No, I'm just saying, like, you could walk through
Pancake.
and see things. So, like, yeah, no, it would be.
We're gonna toss a flapjack out of this. What next? What
Ooh,
a
that's
right
good.
shoe.
That's good.
We're just gonna litter the fucking. We're just gonna take all of the waste.
An empty
from
soda
here.
can.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be actions. So it'd be like things happening on the moon that when people came to see, they would see how it reacts on the moon. So there'd be one guy just constantly flipping a flapjack. And it's like, wow, look at
Over
it
and over
float.
again.
Yeah, and then you go over, and there's another guy pouring Coca-Cola into a cup, and it's like coming
It
out
never
really
ends.
slow. Yeah, or there's a guy dribbling a
just a guy.
basketball. Yeah,
Standing there.
yeah. There's a
What's up, Greg?
Yeah.
This is what a guy would be like up here. And there's a guy like spinning a basketball on his finger. So like just stuff happening on the moon, and you compare it to what it's like on Earth. And it's
So
like, this is
the gravitational difference.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. That'd
It'd be
pretty
the
sweet.
gravitational
So then the,
museum.
The guy
the
taking a
flapjack would
piss.
flip, and it would just sit there and spin in the air like 100 times and then land.
Yeah. Like how cool would that be to see?
Yeah. I mean,
Or I'd have like a Jewish person spinning a dreidel.
oh, man.
Fair. And it would never tip over for probably like 100 years. 'Cause dreidels go hard, dude.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine spinning that thing and then it's just,
Spinning.
you would have to like limit to the amount of people.
And then what?
How long they could be there though.
Exactly.
Like, it would have
Because
to
if
be
it doesn't
your
end,
tickets for an hour.
yeah, if you're an alien, you're just going to sit there in your spaceship and just watch it. And you're like,
Can
I
you
wonder when this
imagine?
thing's going to fall.
So
You
I
gotta buy
thought
another ticket.
Well, I thought it'd be people from Earth that are going to this museum. What if it was aliens?
And they're
Even better.
passing by.
No, and
They're
they land and they're like, look at that cool museum. And they,
look at that. Hey, check it out, dude. There's a museum over here.
another museum. And they go down there and they're just like walking through like you do at a museum with their hands behind their back. Just looking at our
There's
stuff.
there's an usher walking them through, like, oh, and over here
Yeah.
we have how long it took the 9/11 towers to collapse on the moon.
And then there's a replica of what it would be like on the moon.
Yeah. God, man. What else?
Probably like a shuffleboard table.
Yeah.
Like nice craps throw on the moon.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good too.
Yeah.
See what
Toss
those
the
dice
die.
would be. You think it'd be better or
That'd be
worse to
sick.
try and shoot in moon gravity?
Like craps dice?
Yeah.
How do you perceive time?
Worse.
Because that'd be way worse if I had to just slowly watch them hit.
They'll still go the same speed. Like when you throw them.
I think they just stay in the air longer.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit longer for them to settle because there's less
It's almost like
gravity.
you're in a slow motion movie.
I don't think it would go the same speed.
It might even go faster. There's less resistance on the moon.
Or as they say in France,
Resistance.
Nice.
Thank you for teeing that one
You're
up
welcome.
for me.
You're
It's
welcome.
huge.
Oh, I'm crying.
You could throw this
Museum.
one in your museum. Project A119 was a plan devised by the U.S. Air Force.
I was gonna add that.
What?
A119.
that was my next revolver, man. Next idea.
Let a guy finish, hey?
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Was that-
sorry for edging you.
It was a project devised by the U.S. Air Force to discharge a nuclear weapon on the moon.
Okay, we
We
can't
should.
have that museum.
Over and over again.
It was meant to display the military might and capabilities of the U.S. You don't want to do that one on the moon?
No.
It could be like controlled.
Yeah, it'd be like a little small one. We could do
To
it on
what?
like.
I don't know. This is a fantasy world. We're having a museum, so I imagine in this
It's not a
world.
fantasy. There'll be a museum one day,
And you're
they'll
gonna do
probably
it?
name it that because that's really good.
You're welcome. I should go trademark that quick.
Yeah, you could do a museum here.
Could
Imagine
they
you
just
just
shut
open a.
down gravity somewhere, and then it would be like you're on the moon?
Well, it's kind of like in Willy Wonka when they have the fizzy lifting drinks and they're in
Ooh.
that funnel, and they're like,
Mhm.
and then they have to burp to get back down. You could simulate that. Wonka did it.
I wonder
Maybe.
there's a
You
way.
just got to come up with anti-gravity serum first.
Serum.
What a word.
What kind of pull is that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard the word serum.
Sounds like it's been in a lab.
He says untapped, and he gets his bean whacked for it. And I say serum, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
You sick bastard. Nobody says serum anymore.
Unless they're talking about anti-gravitational fluid.
Then it's fine.
What do they
serum.
say?
A concoction.
That's even worse. What, you a witch?
Yeah, he's got a cauldron.
Just stirring up some anti-gravity serum.
Oh,
Nice, man. I feel like we're about to make fucking Captain America right now. No. Pumping him full of serum.
super soldier serum.
That's what I call it. Here it goes.
Serum.
The guy likes a warning, you know. The super soldier serum comes.
What does this show come to? We take 1 week off, we forget our podcast. Got some tear serum coming out of that.
Oh, Nathan, fetch her some tissues.
Nathan, retrieve a box of tissues.
Post haste. Oh. Come on.
I wonder if anyone else is laughing while listening to this.
God, I hope so.
It's coming down my cheek.
Your glasses are fogging up, man.
I need wipers.
You have some serum on your lenses.
Got a little bit in your hair too. I'm sorry. The soldier serum. Oh my god. Give me a towel. Oh man.
We're not going to finish this show.
We need a hard reset right here.
Yeah, we do.
Oh man.
I feel like I've been at a funeral.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What?
It'll come out.
I'll warn you if it does.
That was
Okay. Okay. Broden, Cold War.
Man. Let's talk about the Cold War, huh?
so the Cold War led to some pretty innovative spy gadgets being created.
Of course it did.
What?
That's where Bond came from.
One such was the rectal escape kit.
Excuse
I'm serious.
So what?
The rectal escape kit.
Go on.
The small pill-shaped container was placed inside a spy's rectum so that it wouldn't be discovered during a search. The spy were scared.
They think they came up with keystering.
That was the first instance of the prison wallet. If a spy was captured, they'd have access to a small escape tools in their ass.
In there.
Like, did they take them from the turtles? That's how small they'd have to be.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know, it was a pill that they... I wonder, though, if they put it in their butt.
A suppository.
Yeah, could they not take a shit then until they were ready to escape?
What kind of escape tools?
I don't
a
know,
parachute?
man. I did. I
It'd have
tried
to have
finding
a
more stuff.
lockpick, I'd imagine. That's thin enough.
Maybe a
Thin-
little,
So I've heard.
like
To
a...
fit up your ass. So I've been told.
Oh, I've heard.
I'm sure.
It's like, you can fit a lockpick in your ass. I have.
I could fit it. I mean, I know a guy that.
Well, someone's got to have tried it.
Yeah.
So that's about it for that. The
That's
ass kit.
it?
I'm seriously
I tried looking up more on that, and
But,
I
like,
couldn't
Did
find
you? Curiosity got the best of you.
it. I tried making one.
Killed the
and-
cat.
So that's it.
What
about
kind? So a lockpick set. And probably like
an escape set. That's all I could get out of it. It was little tools little tools.
Depends on your will.
Like minuscule tools.
Yeah, how bad do you want to escape? That's how the size of your tools.
Well, I don't know what they're escaping from.
I don't know if they were captured. Maybe Nathan, can you
I
find?
imagine
anything
they
on
didn't
that?
have lasers.
No, I was
and
gonna
shit
say,
back then. I mean,
Rectal escape kit.
Then you got Jared
Yeah.
who takes his job way too seriously, and he's gotten out of everything because he's got a sledgehammer on him at all times.
Yeah.
nice little 3-pound hammer. Right? Yeah. Think it was ball peen on the end or no?
Yeah,
Gotta
one guy
be.
going, you better give me a few just in case.
I don't know what I'm gonna run into out there.
What else could you put up there? He's like, I can escape now. Can I do anything else with what you're going to put up there?
I don't know. What would you guys want shoved up your ass in
Deck
the
of
time
cards.
of need? That was so
Probably.
To pass the time or what?
Yeah, in case you want to play. What if you're
Suppose. If you're in captivity and it is good bartering tactic, hey, you want to play some cards?
yeah, you do the old 3-card Monty to get. That's the real escape kit.
Yeah.
You 3-card Monty your way out of a prison cell.
And then you flipping the cards over to him,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Hey, where'd you get these anyway?"
It's overseas.
Oh,
Everything smells funny when it comes from overseas.
that's true.
Yeah. Does.
There you go, Broden.
It was discovered that toilet paper had not been issued to Soviet troops in East Germany, so instead they
The
would
dirtiest asses.
so no,
They didn't give it to him because
so they would use official documents to wipe their asses with. So some spies got to be professional dumpster divers, and they would go through the dumpster because they wouldn't flush the paper that they used to wipe their asses. They just throw them in the trash. So
Wow.
guys were having to dig through shit paper in the garbage
To get the
as
documents.
spies. Yeah.
Imagine that it's like, you're officially an international spy. Cool, what do I gotta do? Go through all that shit paper.
scrape the shit off of this paper.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to scrape it. Just tell us what's on it.
What if you can't see it because it's covered in
Well,
shit?
then you got to scrape it off, but it's up to the
Exactly.
guy. As long as he can tell you what's on it, whether he's scraping it or not.
Can't see through shit.
So the president of India at the time was a well-reputable leader and secured economic aid from the United States and Russia. However, one of his well-known weaknesses was women. This attracted the attention of the American and Russian intelligence teams. During the Cold War, the CIA made a fake porno of the guy and leaked it online or wherever.
What?
Leaked it with a lookalike of the
Reddit,
president.
probably.
And then, did you say Reddit?
Yeah.
They did this to try and discredit his reputation.
Well, did they make him have a small wrench or something?
Yeah.
Just a porno leak.
What was
What's that
discredited
gonna-
about it?
That
Yeah.
actually, small wrenches come into play here.
Really?
Wow.
Down the line, yep.
Let's hear about
Probably hidden in
Um,
that guy's ass.
I'll just skip to it since
Little
we're
tiny
brought it
small
up.
wrenches in case he's around a bunch of bolts he needs to get his way out of.
Oh, here it is. The CIA drops small condoms in communist countries in Europe, but they were labeled as large.
Oh, to say they had small cocks.
Right, yeah. And to make the communist people
it. Really?
think that the capitalist people were more well endowed.
Wow. Good for
That's
them.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's going a different strategy. It's like we're just gonna hit him where it hurts.
Yeah. We're going to really psychologically fuck
Yeah.
these guys over.
I just realized I read that backwards. It was supposed to be large condoms labeled as small instead of small condoms labeled as
Oh,
large.
so they were dropping them like they were theirs, and they fell out
Right,
of their
like
pocket.
it was the U.S. condoms and
Yeah.
that they were really big but labeled
Oh.
as small.
Did they say like?
That's awesome.
What do you got, Nathan?
I got was this on a war front? Like all the dudes that were enlisted were
No, they
Got
just
these
dropped
condoms?
them in like civilian areas.
okay.
In like
'Cause
trenches.
I was wondering, like if they're in the trenches, that's weird because they'd only find that out by using it, and if they used it, they were with their military dudes.
Well, you could probably unroll it on your finger. I'd be like, how big are they?
How big? You know what? Wonder how big these guys are.
Yeah.
This is a small.
No way.
You can fit 2 fingers in there.
Yeah.
Those are huge.
What would you do if you found that out though? Look at yourself.
That like all the other people we were fighting just had
Giant dongs.
sheboygans.
Yeah.
Can you really win a fight against a guy that is bigger junk than you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
As long as you
More
have
to
your
grab
rectal
onto.
escape kit.
More to grab onto.
Yeah.
when you're getting them in full guard.
Hey, all's fair in love and war.
When you got him by and you're spinning him like a fucking ceiling
Yeah, I
fan.
grab him here, spin onto his back, and I got him in a rear naked just like that.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that's
something.
yeah.
You're pretty vivid sometimes, man.
I try to paint a picture for our
Yeah,
audience.
you do.
Yeah, that was some fucking Van Goghs right there. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Take pride in that.
One guy, Vasily Arkhipov, saved the world during the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was on a submarine in Cuba that was carrying nuclear torpedoes, close to atomic bombs, but just a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And it could only be detonated with the approval of all three of the leading men on board, and he was the only one that refused to do it.
They probably bullied him for it.
Yeah, but out of the three, he was the only one that didn't okay it, so that probably saved World War III from happening.
Cool. Thanks, man.
CNN founder Ted Turner made an end of the world video that was to be aired in the event of a nuclear holocaust. It was leaked to the public in 2015 and showed a band of members of the U.S. Armed Forces performing the song "Nearer My God to Thee."
Would have been
Never seen
cooler if
this.
it was a different song, like Party
like
in the
Metallica
USA
or something.
Oh, yeah,
that too. That
Would have been way
Cool.
cooler. Yeah, some Bruce Springsteen, maybe. People hear it.
It's just the Veggie Tales.
Historians largely agree that the U.S. won the Cold War. This is mostly based on finance. The Soviet Union suffered much more of a substantial economic drain than the U.S.
I don't believe that any government losing money that's fake. Soviet lost money. Cool. To who?
They just spent more.
Everyone's in debt.
So now they have to tax their citizens more or something like that. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
The government makes choices and the people pay, you know?
So really the people are at the butt end of this.
Yeah.
That'll
We
happen.
always are.
The leaders are always going to be rich, you know? Watergate. June 17th, 1972, 5 men were arrested for breaking into the Democratic headquarters to steal information. Changed how the public viewed the government and forced Richard Nixon to resign. He's the
What
only
were
guy
they
to do that.
stealing again?
It was like important documents from like the leaders of the Democratic Party at the time.
They wanted the Indian president's leaked video.
You know what?
The chick had this set on her.
I kind of want to see his dong.
I'm hearing rumors about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Watergate, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
You remember Watergate?
I wasn't there, no.
Oh.
We talked about it once.
So the reason why Watergate ended up getting like found out, like foiled, was a security guard.
Foiled.
This is a great.
This is a great
I would've
episode
gotten away
for
with it
words.
too, yeah.
A security guard noticed tape on the door bolt, keeping it from latching, and removed it. And when he came back a few hours later, it was replaced. And then he caught the 5 guys in there, and all 5 guys were part of the CIA. Actually,
You'd think they would be the people to not get caught.
you would hope so, because they're like the best of the best.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
I mean, if you work for the CIA, you're no slouch.
yeah, but you are also maybe in a dumpster scraping through shit papers.
Yeah.
So
Where are we drawing the line here?
How
We
much?
have, we have James
In the
Bond
middle of
and
Germany.
Austin Powers on the same team. Someone's scraping shit, and someone's stuffing something up their ass.
yeah, we're doing some weird stuff back then. I wonder if we do that kind of stuff today.
I think we probably do even
Some
worse.
people do it just for fun.
Yeah.
Scrape shit.
Liam's like talking in third person.
So I've heard.
People do it for fun.
Do you got something?
I got a question.
Oh god.
Like we've all seen a bunch of like spy movies and stuff like that.
Don't assume.
And you said it was one guy like caught him, and like these 4 other guys just were just like, oh, you got us.
Yes, we're caught.
Yep.
Yeah, did they not go into
Like,
like
four on one. I'd put a bullet in the guy's head and be like, next day show up to work, be like, oh my god.
Where's Craig?
Well, I don't think the guy probably walked into the room and said, "Gotcha," and to all 5 of them. But
You meddling kids.
yeah,
What?
You meddling kids.
and it looks
You
at me and goes,
said
"If it
meddling
wasn't
kids.
for you and your damn dog,
Kids. I stutter.
we all knew what he meant."
Kids.
Yeah.
Give the guy a
Yeah, you know what
break.
I mean too sometimes.
Throw me
but
a
doesn't mean
bone
don't give
here.
me shit for it.
Appreciate it.
What?
Guys, we don't even have an argue off, okay?
We're all friends.
Yelly.
So Richard Nixon wasn't even a part of it, had no idea that it happened. It was actually his attorney general at the time that ordered it to happen.
Really?
So Nixon just caught the shit end of the stick there.
That'll happen on
At
the
least
bigger
officially.
jobs.
Yeah.
You'll get that. You'll get that.
Here's a good one for you. What is it? Operation Condor is what it's called.
I've heard about that.
During the 1970s, this is kind of like morbid, actually, so viewer discretion advised.
There's going to
put
be a
that on
couple
screen.
JC bombs in
Yeah.
here.
Maybe even worse. During the 70s and 80s.
What's worse than a JC bomb?
I'm getting to it.
The one named Fat Boy and Little Man.
Enola Gay.
So U.S.-backed military dictatorships jointly plotted to cross-border kidnap, torture, rape, and murder of hundreds of their political opponents. Ranged from people like trade unions and student activists to like actual political figures.
Who was doing that?
That's pretty bad.
It was the countries. Some of them were Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay, and Peru.
Yeah, but who was killing and raping them?
Just the people that were in power at the time
Oh,
were
yeah.
getting rid of their political opponents. And like you didn't have to be a politician. It was like student
Don't
activists
speak out
to,
against us. Yeah.
trade unions and everything like that. So
Mhm.
I still think JC bomb's worse, but put it up for a vote.
you just scored a lot of points with Don there.
Yep.
Operation Northwoods. You guys ever hear that one?
Nope.
Really?
Tell us about it.
Is it
I
about
thought
the
you would have.
Northwoods Baseball League?
No, not quite. Close.
Okay.
Close.
But it was a proposed false flag operation against American citizens by the U.S. government that
Wow.
originated within.
Anidurate.
Cool, man.
I'm sorry. It's a cool word.
It's like refrigerate, but it's not.
So it was set up by the United States government in 1962, and the proposal called for CIA operatives to both stage and commit acts of violent terrorism against American military and civilian targets, and then blaming it on the Cuban government.
Yeah, just a lot of finger pointing.
That's the USSR, yeah. That's under the rug.
Sweep it. That's what Stalin does best. Stalin
Yeah,
was the leader
well-
of the USSR, right?
But this was done by the United States.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not the USSR.
No, but we do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody does it.
Yeah.
I
I don't.
normal.
It's a big rug.
Have to be.
Big hump in the rug. There's a lot
Big
of stuff
broom.
under there.
So one of the there it is. One of the methods they were going to use was control of civilian aircraft, which would be secretly repainted as U.S. Air Force planes, and fabricated a fake shoot down of U.S. fighter planes near the coast of Cuba. Damn, I'm just having a rough go.
You got it. Go ahead.
Don't treat me like him.
Oh, I know.
Look at him.
I don't even
They can't see him. Let's go.
No.
Thank
know.
God.
Should we set up a nature camp?
And not tell him?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Be just like the ones you tune into the Discovery Center when it's like you're watching an eagle's nest or something like that.
Oh, like a live footage of like all that stuff.
Yeah. Like a turtle burying its eggs.
Mm-hmm. Just be Nathan sitting there. Hanging out.
All right, Broden.
Thanks.
You can take it over whenever you'd like.
Okay.
When he starts doing that.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Werner von Braun, Nazi scientist that the U.S. brought over after World War II to use in nuclear research and engineering at NASA. So this guy did some crazy shit in Germany,
Sounds a German name.
and then we just gave him a free pass as long as he was helping the military.
What was he a part of the Jewish thing?
He was a part of the Nazi party and high ranking in it.
He
I
might
read
not have
some
been that
stuff
bad
that
of a
said-
guy, though.
We just
Like-
turned a cold shoulder to what his past was.
Because he could help us.
Yeah.
You'll like this one. JFK assassination,
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas,
You
November
shouldn't
22nd.
word it like that.
What do you want me to say?
Easton, you'll like this. Remember when JFK got shot?
No, okay,
You
yeah,
loved
I
that,
see.
didn't you?
Wasn't that highlight of your life?
Yeah, I do like
You
learning about
enjoy,
it, though.
yeah, the conspiracies and all that stuff.
It was a
around it.
Zapruder film. It's awesome.
One of the conspiracy theories was the Cuban government said to do it in retaliation to all the attempts they did on Castro.
Yeah,
Oh.
but that was
Only took him one try for us.
yeah. They were shooting bullets. We were like putting like nuts
just
in his
We
gun.
were
Yeah.
trying to put some serum in him.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were like tying his shoes together. So then when he took a step, he'd fall. And get hurt.
What a
Hope it would just crack his neck.
Yeah, like loosening a step on his stairs.
We were pulling out the chair from under him while he was trying
Yeah.
to sit down.
Exactly. And they're just like, we're gonna shoot president in the head.
Spilled a sack of marbles right next to his bed and just
Waited for him.
Yeah.
I saw a comedian joke the other day, and he said, "But Jackie Kennedy, other than that, how was the ride?"
I just saw that.
And I was like, "Wow, that's bad."
That's funny. In 1979, the House Committee on Assassination said the second gunman could be plausible solely based on the audio recording of the event.
I don't hear that.
Yeah, that was one.
2 gunmen just because of the audio.
Right, yeah. And then that's the grassy knoll type thing. That's where
Yeah.
that comes from. But some scientists said that they heard up to 4 gunshots in the audio, but then it was
I'm sure
said
there
to
were
not be reliable because of like how shitty the audio quality was.
yeah
So
echoes.
echoes,
If you
static
shoot a gun, does it echo?
with
Depends on
large
where you are.
buildings in the area. Yeah,
If I was in Dealey Plaza, let's say, just for shits and
yeah.
giggles.
There's a lot of tall buildings.
Probably. Yeah.
So
You
like
ever
I
been
heard 2 gunshots.
You ever been to Dealey Plaza? How about you?
I was standing right where he got shot.
Me too.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a white X on the ground.
Did you get
Like
scared?
3 of them.
You think it might happen again?
I looked up to the window
He's like, I'm next.
and I saw Lee Harvey,
Really?
the ghost of him.
Do you guys think it was Lee Harvey?
Oh yeah.
No.
No. Well, an ABC News poll found that 70% of Americans believe his assassination, JFK, was part of a broader plot, and only 32% believe Lee Harvey Oswald did it alone.
I think it's a part of a bigger plan, but I like to believe those things. It's more fun that way.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why you believe everything you hear on the internet.
Why not? What do you have to lose?
One of the theories I read was CIA killed him under the orders of Vice President Johnson
That's wild.
to take his
you
spot.
imagine? Like, it's like your younger brother telling your parents, kill this guy.
It's a little crazy.
Why didn't the CIA just say, no, Lyndon,
I don't think we will.
we're
It
not
goes-
killing the
You
president?
might be mentally unstable for just telling us to do that. I'm not sure if you're fit to be the vice president anymore.
No, Lyndon.
How about you go sit in timeout for a few minutes and
Yeah,
think about what you just
so-
said?
So that whole theory is based around the fact that like JFK was ready to start exposing a lot of shit that was happening.
Yeah.
And then right before he was going to do all that, he got shot. So that's what that theory
I
is
want
based
someone
around.
to expose everything.
Oh yeah, 100%. How much crazy shit's
Everything
happening.
will never be exposed, but only some things. That's the worst part. I want to know everything. I want to know what's out there.
Well,
You're
how
close.
high up do you think you need to get to go to know everything? You think the president knows everything?
No, I think there's people even higher than like the country leaders that like you just don't know about it. Like some of the richest people in the world.
Like the Rothschilds.
There you go. People like that own all of the banks basically in the world. They have so much money that
Yeah.
they can just do whatever they want, influence whoever they want. I think those people know everything.
Kardashians.
No more than us, probably.
I would
Yeah.
say so.
They've done enough. Been around.
Yeah. I wonder if you just like when you're the president, if they sit you down in a room and say, here's stuff.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Show it to you.
You're the president now. We're going
This is what you need to
to
know.
throw a lot of information at you real quick.
You think they do that?
I'd like to believe it.
Well, each time they get into office, the old president leaves the new president a letter at the desk. Tells him a bunch of shit. And probably some of that stuff's in
What
there.
kind of telephone line do you think that could be like, though? What if the old president in that letter just leaves out some stuff that's probably pretty important?
Just sitting around a campfire, whispering in each other's ear.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd
Yeah.
like to imagine.
Or what if they
it's-
just lie? If Trump's like, I'm not fucking telling Biden shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It can't be up to the previous
He's
president.
gonna have
to
no
pass it
idea.
along.
Yeah, I don't know if they quite like each other.
Well, no, they do leave a note though. I think it's more along the lines of like good luck, well
Yeah.
wishes, shit like that.
Yeah.
Not like
Break a
here's
leg.
everything you
I
need to
think
know
If
about what's
Trump
going
was
on.
leaving Biden a letter at the office, Biden would have to scrape Trump's shit off of it to read it, because there's not a chance.
gift basket they maybe leave him.
A couple chocolate turtles or something like that. Some crackers.
I wish I'll know, like, I wish I knew.
Area 51 and all that shit.
Yeah, like, do they sit him down and they say, hey, here's the thing. Nathan's got something.
Actually, my mind was the same as Liam's. Because I was like, oh, I wonder if... Because I thought I heard that Trump didn't leave Biden a letter. Like, 'cause that seems like something Trump would do, but he actually did. And Biden said it was actually shockingly gracious.
He said, damn it, Sleepy Joe.
Didn't tell him about the whoopee cushion he left in the Oval Office for him.
Yeah.
Did he?
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, I thought he actually did.
That'd be a classic.
That's funny.
That would be classic.
He'd be like reading the letter and all of a sudden just sits down.
That'd be good.
Gotcha.
All right, what do you got?
Just a couple more points, and then I'm all tapped out here. The
Good.
U.S.
Because I'm
allegedly...
about to untap myself and get in the bathroom.
Perfect. The U.S. allegedly spent $8 trillion through the 40-year stalemate. What is $8 trillion now? Aren't we like $30 trillion in
We're
debt?
so in
I was 16 when I was in 8th grade, so
It's got to be at least that.
It's got to be going lower.
I think we're getting rid of it. I've been paying a lot of my taxes.
Who are we paying this debt to?
That's what I'm
Other
wondering.
countries.
But what they owe us too?
Can
What do we
let's just
owe
call it a
other
wash.
countries for?
I think it's all just a big fugazi.
That's what I'm saying. This whole government, not like when you said the Soviets cost them more. Who fucking cares? Who are we paying? We got to pay Russia for what?
China. I don't know.
What are we paying them for?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but
Well,
they
just
just
like-
like to say it like that.
Well, just pretend you knew. What are they paying them for?
What are they paying him for, bro?
Uh,
Tell us.
they
Like
borrowed. They gave him money, gave him resources, and they're trying to
Okay.
pay it back.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one more time, but now this time pretend we're on a comedy podcast. Broden, what are they paying them for?
Are they like some substantial, large
They're
curtains
paying
made out of
them-
iron that they, and that's what they're paying him for?
Yeah.
No, they're actually paying him for tickets to the museum.
Their
First
share of the
class.
museum.
Yeah.
It's an internet. See, this is good.
First class.
We should put a curtain in front of the museum so when we open it, the grand opening of the museum is just a giant iron curtain.
Ta-da. Welcome
And
to the
all is
museum.
revealed.
Yeah.
And now we know how flapjacks look on the moon.
Yeah. And so to get through it, you'd have to go through the Berlin Wall, through the Iron Curtain, into the doors of the museum.
Mm-hmm. Right
Genius.
behind the Bay of Pigs.
And right before you have to go through an initiation video. And the video is the Indian president's leaked video.
If you can stomach watching this.
Yeah, it's like you gotta. This is like you kind of just you gotta watch this video before we can
Gotta
let you
do
go
it,
in
yeah.
and see all this stuff. And then you're like, oh God, what am I about to see? You walk in, normal stuff. You have no idea what that video pertained to
Yeah.
or why you had to watch it, and you never figure out why.
No. You just kind of get to the end of the museum tour. And then you look at your buddies and you go, what was up with that video at the start of the museum?
So we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Just kind of sweep that under the rug.
Don't think about that.
Yeah.
Look at the pancake.
I would like to see a
Don't think-
pancake in zero gravity. That'd be cool.
I think you could do it. If anybody on planet Earth was going to do the museum, I would put my whole faith into you.
That's a Three Dudes Entertainment idea right there.
The museum.
Parent company, Three Dudes Entertainment owns
The museum.
The museum.
And now
the USS Museum.
We gotta
could
get,
do it on
We
a
got to
ship.
get in touch with Elon now.
And-
Aside from the fact that I think his last missile or whatever, his last ship just blew up.
Yeah, but it was supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was?
Yeah. He said it was designed to explode and it actually got higher than it was supposed to. Yeah. So it was actually a success, he said. Now, I was talking about this with someone off the air. Was he just saying that playing chess, saying, oh, it's supposed to blow up. So then when it does blow up, he looks like a genius.
Yeah.
But if it didn't blow up, he's like, oh, it went way better than we thought it was going to.
It's like launching a boat and saying, yeah, that Titanic was supposed to hit the iceberg.
Yeah. And
Doesn't
then
make
Shitload of
sense.
fire in the bottom of it.
Yeah. Did you guys really
They
think
just
we
sent
meant
it
it to
off.
get there? It was on fire when we put it out.
we
Think we give
lit
a
a
shit?
fire as it was going. We're like, hey, light that bottom part on fire.
Yeah, real quick.
Steve's on there. I'm not a big fan of Steve. That's all I got.
Insurance. Cool.
Not
Episode
bad.
41, people. I thought that was a good episode.
Felt
A lot
good.
of fun.
Took a couple weeks off.
We cried of laughter.
Holy fuck, did we ever.
I hope you guys did too.
I wonder, I'm always curious.
Oh man,
Excuse me.
I'm always curious if people actually like laugh out loud at the show, you know?
gut laugh like we do.
Like we laugh,
Yeah.
but do they laugh?
Because I do when I listen to other people's shows.
Yeah.
Like there are times that I'm listening to a podcast and I audibly laugh. I think there is something very
Or
funny.
even just like if they're just like blowing air out their nose, that's a win. I'd count that
I'll
as a
take
win.
that, yeah.
If we can get nose blows, sure.
Yeah.
If we could get those,
Yeah.
I think this is a successful show.
We got a postcard.
Because I wonder if people listen to it. There's got to be 3 reasons. 1, comedy. 2, because they know us and it's like I just want to,
Tune in.
see us on Saturday. Or the informational wise, where like if they see the Cold War, they're going to learn some stuff about it, but they're also going to compare to the knowledge they already know.
Yeah.
Could very well be.
Like, I know a lot about the Cold War. Let's see if these idiots are even close to what they're saying.
I like to think that we are. Remember,
We
this podcast
we just
is
pulled
no
all
fluff.
those notes off on the line. So
Yeah. From the line, we pulled them.
there's no way that
They're wrong.
whoever listening, unless they are a Cold War history buff, that they would know more than whatever we just factually read off the internet.
Chauncey,
What you're
Hendershot.
saying is that there's no
Could be.
way somebody listening knows 100% of the stuff on there.
Nah.
No.
I'm not buying it.
My dad might.
He is a
History
history
teacher.
teacher. Yeah.
That's
he
right,
might
though.
know most of it.
All right, episode 41, Broden. You want to send us off?
Yeah.
Order merch?
Buy some
Go
merch.
ahead. You want to send us off?
No, I just want to make sure you got that in there.
I was gonna.
Okay.
That was about the only thing
I'll
I was
cut it
gonna
out.
say.
Go ahead.
Merch. Buy it. Merch is live. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Comment what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Let's hear your thoughts. So that's about it. We'll see you next Tuesday.